Alrighty, big day today. I finally got my parts in. So over here, the local shop didn't get them in. I ended up cancelling that order and running over to Orange, to the guys at Orange Springs and Suspension Repairs. They got a whole wall of these things, so I ended up getting the bushes I need. These ones here. And while I was there, I got some new saddles, rubbers for the rear leaf springs. These are the wheel spacers, so that my big ass wheels don't hit the calipers, because of course they're a custom wheel, so they're a 15-inch barrel, dirty great big things with a 14-inch centre in it apparently. So you can see rubbing just here. So yes, all right. So I got to get bushes in, bolt it all up. Yeah, work this out because I'll have to cut my studs, obviously, for the spacer to fit, get the brakes set up, get them all bled, which is fantastic. My mate Brett lent me this, so I can do it all by myself. Yeah, so get that done, get her on the road. It's been sitting here for 4 or 5 days waiting for the goddamn bushes to come in, but now I've got them, we're good to go. Okay, so these are 20mm hub-centric spacers. Always use the hub-centric jobs. But I don't need to cut, I don't have to cut my studs to 20mm, because what I've done is I've put the spacer up on my wheel, a couple of bolts just to hold it in, nuts to hold it in place, and there's actually space behind here in where these are going to attach to the car. And I use my verniers, my calipers. This will let me know how much space I've actually got for the stud. A bit awkward because I'm doing it one-handed. And that's about 30, I haven't got my glasses on, it's about 31mm. So I can cut them at 30mm, and I can have more stud. So yeah, because you want a bit more stud. You don't want, sweaty face stud. I don't want a 20mm stud. It's not a real lot for the nut to attach to, so I'll cut them a little bit longer, and I will fit in behind there, and it'll all be good. Now I know guys get, some people say, oh, don't use spacers, you can't use spacers. Don't use these things. Don't use them. I had these laying around. I can't remember what I got them for. I don't think I ever used them. Use the hub-centric jobs, so that's got your little hub there, which is what the wheel sits on. Oh, you can't see it that great here, but there it is there. So it's doing its job. The wheel is sitting on the hub, not being taken, all the weight taken on the studs. And then it's, tight won't fall off there. And it's got the little cutout here at the back, and that fits over your original hub. So it's all one piece. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I thought to get them in. Always does, but yep, they're in and they're beautiful. Oh, the ones at the back are in, and I got the, look how pretty. Boy, I'm glad I bought those, because with the old ones, the top and bottom saddles were actually touching and I couldn't get the U-bolts tight enough. So yeah, thanks to Orange Spring and Suspension and for selling me those, because I would have waited next week to get them. So brake line's hooked up, everything's tightened up at the back here, and I'm ready to bleed the brakes. So I will bleed the brakes first, then I'll do the hub spacers, drive shaft in, what else, exhaust back on. So yeah, here at Moto Psycho Garage, look at all the gear. Check this thing out, courtesy of my mate Brett. Thanks Brett, appreciate it man, it's going to make life so much easier. Because if I suck that dry, it's going to suck. Around here, hooked up to my compressor. Yeah, that should make life easier. Make Michelle happy. She won't have to be here to be pumping this pedal for the next hour and a half. This will make it a lot quicker. All right, back into it again. Righto, spacers are on. Wheel nuts are cut. Spacers are on. Still got heaps and heaps of thread on those axle nuts. Let's put the wheel on. Make sure it worked. Okay, spacers on, wheel is on, and that is a win. That noise you can hear, that's just the new pads on the disc. But yeah, everything clears. Oh, it looks like I'm even going to be within my guards with my flares. I mean, no hassle reflaring them, whatever.